The Craftbeericans, doing their part to make America better, one craft beer at a time.
Hey everyone, this is episode 91 of the Craftbeericans, and I am here alone, and I had a crazy idea for this episode because it's episode 91. I graduated in 1991, and this is the 25-year anniversary of said graduation. So I asked Tom and Todd if they minded if I did this episode, and I was going to do it with some old classmates, but I'm from St. Louis originally. I now live in Southern Illinois, so I don't have anybody around to do an episode with, and I was going to try to do something with the phone, and things didn't work out. But it so happened that I found a tape that I made, a VHS tape. I know kids are watching this saying, what in the heck is that? This is a VHS tape from when I was in high school, right after I graduated, actually. And I thought it was kind of funny and appropriate for Craftbeericans. Who knew 25 years ago that this forgotten tape that kind of sat in a box for the last decade, 2.5 decades, would become something. So yeah, I'm focusing on 1991. This is me, my senior year in high school. So, but we'll get to the tape in just a couple minutes. I wanted to, though, keep this episode short and sweet on this end of it, because the tape is going to be, you know, it tells its own story. So I did want to keep the typical parameters for a Craftbeericans episode and talk about some beers and some different things that are going on, some of the topics that we typically cover. So I'm trying for the very first time, this is Introvert IPA, and it's from the Left Hand Brewing Company. And I picked this for a couple of reasons. One, I'm left-handed, even though I'm holding it with my right hand. I am left-handed, and in high school, I was an introvert. And to an extent, I still am today. But, you know, I'm trying to break out of it and trying some new and different things. So, not sure. It's got a very... And I'm doing Craftbeericans because I'm trying to learn more of the lingo, the technology, some of the things that go along with craft beer. I'm not sure. It's got kind of a kick to it, I think. It's not bad. It's not horrible. If I were on a deserted island, what would I do? Would I pour this bottle out, put a message in, and send it off? Would I pour this beer out and pee in the bottle, or would I drink the entire bottle of beer on my own? What I would probably do with this, and no disrespect because I have had some of the left-handed products before, I'm not crazy about this, so I would pour this out, put a message in the bottle, and ask for more beer. So that's our middle rating. Not horrible. If anyone from Left Hand is watching this, I do like your product. So, and I will finish this, absolutely. And maybe I'll pour it in my class of 91 coffee mug with all 400 plus of us listed on the back of it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that, but also we always find someone who is trending and assign them a craft beer. And since it's a 1991 theme, I'm going with someone from 1991, or at least the early 90s, who stood out to me, and that's Vanilla Ice. And I loved his music. The fashion, the styles, whatever you want to call it, it was fun back then. It really was. And I'm going to assign him the Vanilla Stout from the Big Muddy Brewing up in Murfreesboro, Illinois, for obvious reasons. Vanilla Stout, Vanilla Ice, you know, both are cool. And so, yeah, that's what I'm going to do for the assignment of the beer. Talking about, Tom and I always, when we do these, we talk about some things going on in the world of professional wrestling, because I am the wrestling guy over at My 123 Cents. 1991, Hulk Hogan had regained the WWF Championship from Sergeant Slaughter. This was during the Gulf War, the first Persian Gulf War. Sergeant Slaughter had become an Iraqi sympathizer, so that was kind of the big deal then. At that same event, The Undertaker, who is still wrestling today, 25 years later, started his undefeated streak at WrestleMania. He defeated the legendary Superfly Jimmy Snuka at WrestleMania 7. And then just a few months later that summer, as I was getting ready to head off to college, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, my all-time favorite, announced that he was jumping ship, leaving WCW after holding their World Heavyweight Championship and was still the champion, showed up on WWF programming with that belt. It was monumental for a wrestling fan, a geek like myself. So yeah, Tom and I will talk more about social media trends in future episodes, as well as Todd and Todd. But the social media trend back then, obviously, we didn't have the internet. Computers were, people had them. I had a typewriter. I didn't even have a computer. But, social media back then, texting was writing a note, folding it up, handing it off to someone. That's what we did in high school. And then in college, when we got to college, we had the whiteboards, and we'd hang them on our doors, and we'd say, I'm studying, please be quieter, or I'm at the library, or I'm whatever. And then people would walk by and write obnoxious messages or draw obscene pictures or whatever, at least on the guys' floor. That's what we did. So anyway, I rambled too much. I want you guys to check out this video, and thanks for supporting the Craftbeericans. Hey everybody. I don't know who I'm making this video for. I don't know who I'm gonna show this to, but I got my mom and dad's camcorder, and I'm being kind of quiet because I'm celebrating, and I'm meeting some friends in a little bit. A guy that we work with, he's 21, and he got us some beer, so we're gonna celebrate with that. Natural light, only way to go, baby. Here's a toast to the class of 91. We did it, man. We did it. We finally graduated. We're getting out. But I wanted to record this before I go off to college. I'm going to be going to Southeast Missouri State University down in Cape Girardeau. That's the Indians, home of the Indians, and I can't wait to go off to college and meet some new people and, hopefully drink some more of this awesome Natty Light, because this beer is cheap and it's good, and I can't tell you how smooth it is, man. It is awesome. And I don't know what the future holds, but I had this really messed up dream last night, and that was part of the reason why I wanted to record this, because there was like we were working on computers, but it wasn't like, typing papers and stuff. We were communicating with people. Like, we were sending messages. Like, it was going on all around the world, and it was the weirdest thing. And then there was a place that you could go on a screen, and they had all these videos put up on it, and you could watch videos of just about anything you wanted to watch videos about. And I was hanging out, and like, this was like in the year 2016. So that's like in 25 years. I will be in my 40s. I will be so old. I'll be as old as my parents. I'll be older than my parents are right now. My parents are only 41, and it's weird because I'm gonna be, 43 in 2016. And I was hanging out with these guys in my dream, and we were drinking beer on these videos, and we were talking about how they were and whatnot. But it was so weird. I can't even explain it. But there was no Nat Light in my beer in my dream, but I hope there is in the future. And whenever we're drinking beer on the computer and these videos, I can't wait to see what it's like. Because Back to the Future, we're going to be on hoverboards, and those Nike shoes are going to tie themselves. That's going to be awesome. And I wonder if, like, in the Jetsons, how they have those cars that fly. Will we be flying around in cars in the year 2016? Man, I hope so. I wonder what I'm going to be doing in 2016, because I'm going to college, but I have no idea what I want to do right now. I think I want to be on the radio. I was talking to some people about some of the different radio classes and stuff, so who knows, maybe I'll be a famous DJ like Casey Kasem, and people will listen every week to me and my countdown. So who knows, but that dream was weird. The future, for the first time, I'm really kind of thinking about the future too,
going to college and getting a job, it blows my mind to think about that, because right now all I do is bag groceries at a grocery store, and I don't want to do that the rest of my life. So that's why I'm going to college. I'm going to make something of myself, and hopefully I'm a success. And I hope this dream about the computer stuff happens, because we were writing messages and talking to people everywhere. It's awesome. But anyway, cheers to the class of 91. You guys are awesome. I love you all. And we're going to party. We're going to party all summer before we head off to college and say goodbye. Cheers.